Here we go, EMFers. Here we go. 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 I'm sorry, you all. I'm feeling pretty much like at the moment. I apologize to you all, my social media family, being of any subscribers, and as well as any visitors to that being on my own social media channel. Likewise, chat room or comment section, whatever you want to call it. How are you all doing? Hopefully everyone is doing at least okay, if not better yet, to be said, to be feeling all right. If not best of all, to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, and too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family, friends, hopefully me and mine likewise. If anything, I'm forcing myself to say this here, as it don't really come naturally for me to have said all that, or whereas I feel less inspired to say some of such. So you have been warned. That is, you have been warned. Is what I mean to say. Where they come from. Obviously, you can see I'm feeling quite a bit of, of confusion. With my person about to play the part of devil's advocate, or as I am more or less, as less two evils been applied to the sun, with worse two evils enter those closet devil worshippers who make up most churchgoers or whatever religious denomination with the different versions of the updated Jonestown Kool-Aid mix punch. Yes. But it has been quite a day for me. So if as of the present moment in time, my person get to expressing myself with more than quite a few expletives of profanity or get to using, a number of cuss words, then you have been warned. Is what I meant to say. Doesn't that give you at least some kind of warm and fuzzy feeling to know that, I have warned you all about what's coming? And namely, mainly because of these here dickhead prick slumlords keep playing these effing games of their 2% power plays like somebody got time for all that effing BS, of these damn slumlords who make the rest of landlords look bad, as they play with the heads or the minds and emotions of the different apartment searchers. I mean, after all, I really don't have any time for this nonsense coming from them. I will make little or no time. I mean, I'm pressing for time. I have to find for myself an available apartment vacancy. You know, as you all know, as I have informed your persons for the longest in a couple few past social media broadcast videos, where this could be compared on to one as it is of that same format. And as I had explained to you all time and time again, and so I do so now, yeah, I were to speak, exact quotes or paraphrase that I had conveyed, line of thought, or delivered of a message. How that at one time or another I had been most recently given something similar to an eviction notice, as in that being of a non-renewal of an apartment rental agreement lease document of the printed letter correspondence format as a result of developments of one of the likes of a proverbial neighbor from damn hell among the public nuisances of problem neighbors who continue to violate their apartment rental agreement leases, and at the same time, all the while, they would disregard, disrespect the rights and privileges of their fellow neighbors. And Wes himself had gone about pulling the wool over the management's eyes, of real estate management personnel representatives, as he had retaliated out of resentment for how many times I had called them upon him or he himself, as well as I had reported him to the police more than quite a few times, a number of times, likewise as well, all the same. And voila, before you know it, he flipped the script on me. And whereas I am the one that has to move, compared to how I had been informed that he himself had supposedly moved out of the building. But if anything, the management will tell me some of anything and everything just to keep me from going to court on them, to try to, appease my wrath of how they had, well, this one particularly had given it to me, this little piece of paper that was folded up, whereas one had given me a warning before and assumed that I'm the troublemaker, that I'm a neighbor from damn hell that likes that kind. And whereas this time, the most recent time, one had pulled that sly move on one's part, had done so all the while giving me another piece of paper folded up, being a receipt for the rental payment I had made last. And anyway, though, after I had went through all the proper policies and procedures and protocol to address the issue about a neighbor from damn hell dickheads, and here it is, I'm the one that's being given the boot. Okay. But rather, instead of him, I mean, I figured that if they were to give him the boot or kick him out, more than likely, more often than not, and seeing how I'm just one person compared to how he himself with his homies could possibly be fellow neighbors in the building, whereas if they had given him that being the same as said in question of the former mention, then more than likely he would have retaliated out of resentment by telling his homies or possible potential or possibly fellow neighbors to move out of the building and suggesting to them, to get back at the management if they would have given him that being much rather instead of me. You know. So they want to cut corners because, it would be less cost effective or less of a loss of rent money if they just got rid of me than he himself and his homies or possible and potential fellow neighbors or possibly fellow neighbors in the building. Now I have to move. And in the meantime, I have to try to find for myself an available apartment vacancy before the deadline when I am to vacate the premises properties for that of my present unit's atmosphere, as we have it here, of a place of residence of apartment. And likewise, before I were to possibly become of the homeless statistical racial percentiles or percentages of derelict transients. And whereas I have been going about all this necessary business transaction of, playing armchair detective before I were to literally hit the street or hit the pavement apartment searching, you know, in a much more physical kind of way. And regardless of what the weather's temps is like, and whereas that is just causing me pain of double jeopardy or triple, I mean, of of that of the likes of mental anguish, physical trauma with the weather temps being not all that natural, but rather unnatural or abnormal, whereas, a great percentage of these weather temps are partly man-made that would have any environmentalist like Greta Thunberg in an uproar, screaming at the top of one's lungs, at how the big business CEOs as well as mad scientists keep attempting to throw a monkey wrench in Mother Nature's program, and then from there offset the ecological balances of the planet and prove to become be a threat onto all species of creatures, including that of our own as we are of humans, you know, only to find out that there are other ways where we could prove to become or be ever so inhumane onto ourselves, and like my present neighbor from damn hell and the dickheads or pricks, the dickhead pricks of management, either having believed what he was saying of lies about me or chose to believe it anyway. like I said, then because it would be less cost effective or be less of a loss of rent money by just getting rid of me than to try to get rid of him and any fellow neighbors or homies of his out of the building, you know. Well, in the meantime, before that scheduled appointed date set by the management of the building for me, whereas I'm supposed to vacate the premises, unless I can get some housing lawyers involved to take up my legal case, as it is of a landlord and tenant dispute, to buy more time for myself so that from there I can or could possibly be able to save up money, not only for moving expenses, but then, you know, in addition, so that you know, I can or could possibly, have money to play to play that 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 number that is to be about the power play at hand, to be able to pay rent elsewhere. Is what I meant to say, regardless of what the neighbor from damn hell has played a 2 cent power play against me otherwise. So that I could, let him know that he's not about to drive me completely bonkers by having me worry about whether or not I will succeed in acquiring that being another place of residence, a available apartment vacancy after he himself has succeeded in at least getting me kicked out of the building, if not succeeded likewise in driving me completely bonkers, you know, just one dickhead prick, and then to think that the damn different slumlords who make the rest of landlords look bad when they continue to play with the different apartment searchers, you know, by how they be wasting our time, and I don't have any time to be wasted, and I be wanting to tell them just where the effing damn hell they could get off. Come to think of it, as a matter of fact, I had at least let 2 slumlords know that my time is not to be wasted, by means of, cussing them out in text messages. Yeah, I just felt that pissed at one time or another. And that's exactly what I did, you know, as I was saying to them in more words or less. Look at here, MF. If you're serious about, you know, renting out to any apartment searchers, then let's do this here, okay? But if not, quit attempting to make contact with me via a cell phone, you know, or that via in any form or fashion of a cell phone, be it a voicemail message or text message. And likewise, quit attempting to make contact with me via a computer email message, because I don't have time for this shit. And well, I didn't like put like that, but more was like, I don't have time for this, to rephrase the F and BS. Okay, my time is valuable. I can't afford to have any of my time wasted. Okay, I mean, if you're going to be serious about, trying to acquire some of such future, there's some such prospective future tenants, then let's do this here. If you are to be considered as one of the prospective future landlords, but if you're just a slumlord, then take a hike. I don't need this crap. F and BS. Obviously, evidently, y'all can see how I'm feeling like at the present moment in time. When it's bad enough, you have to hear all the whatchamacallit here and be bothered otherwise with all the whatchamacallit 2 cent power plays coming from some such others, attempting to provoke a situation, attempting to, you know, get upon another person's last damn nerve and have you reflect upon or get you to be reminded of a neighbor from damn hell, cocksucker, or bitch ass son of a bitch, faggy ass male character. I mean, I look at it this way. Anytime another neighbor, being a like his kind of a neighbor from damn hell, goes all out of his damn way to attempt to get the attentions of another neighbor of the same sex, then himself has got to be kind of faggoty, if not a literal, actual closet cocksucking faggot. www.godhatesfag.com. And I be hating that. It'd be bad enough if a neighbor from damn hell were to be a one's female rival counterpart. Yeah, I mean, to think that you have to be bothered with the likes of neighbors from damn hell, of public nuisances of problem neighbors among themselves who continue to violate their apartment rental leases, and at the same time, all the while, they violate or disrespect the rights and privileges of their fellow neighbors. Then you have to go out in the street and be bothered with more characters. You hear what I'm saying? Upon premises and properties of a mass transit of a public transportation system, then for atmospheres, places of businesses. That just pisses me off. And then, last but not least, you got to be bothered with the slumlords, to make other landlords look bad, with all their 2 cent power plays or all their damn games, effing games, you know what I'm saying? Feeling kind of dehydrated, feeling under nerve. I'm gonna have to eat me something shortly after. I didn't eat much of anything for the day. Yeah. So if you're a slumlord that could check out this here particular present social media broadcast video of mine, take a hike, quit attempting to contact me via cell phone or computer. I'm not having that, I like to bitch slap your ass if anything. I'm not having it. Don't play games with my time, bitch ass sons of a bitch, or be you bastard or bitch. Don't play games with me, you know, like the cocksuckers get a rush from playing with the different apartment seekers, apartment searchers, heads, minds, and emotions, and all that. Then whereas after I played the part of an armchair detective searching for apartments as an apartment searcher, or seeking for apartments as an apartment seeker, or whatever I've said, I literally actually hit the pavement of a concrete cement sidewalk here and there, wherever at the different address locations, still in pursuit of another place of residence of a available apartment vacancy. But in the meantime, I got to put up with a lot more dickheads of other pedestrians on the city sidewalk here and there, and then other patrons of passengers who become a part of the the ridership of a mass transit of a public transportation system with all of this many different bus and train routes, and then other patrons of places of businesses, be it public or private. I don't have time for that either. And then you got the damn drivers behind steering wheels of automobiles and motor vehicles that want to act like dickheads in their own right, dickhead pricks in their own right, like in their own right, what I mean to say. Yeah, and that's including ones or the males of the blacks persuasion, or rather, what I mean to say, well, so to speak, this of the Willie Lynch letter fulfilling nigger and wetback SOB bastards that want to blast all they lousy ass rap music. Like I'm not hearing. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that F and BS. Driving past you or parking while you waiting to cross the street for whenever the light is to change. You got to hear all that damn lousy ass rap music of theirs, kind of stuff that it makes certain white boys want to engage in road weight road rage with their asses. And then from there you could possibly have another race ride. I'm not saying, damn man, certain white boys don't like it. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's some rap music that's pretty much okay, but then there's other rap music that just stink like dog shit. Dog shit, baggy shit, whatever. Stink like. I mean, it just sucks. It just you know, it needs to be just thrown out with the trash. Like get rid of it. Like I don't listen to any and every kind of rap music. I don't listen to any and every kind of heavy metal music either. When it comes to that, and speaking upon those two sorts of types of music, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, what the? I'm like, and if you even so much as think about it, let alone, I mean, they could possibly see it in your eyes and want to mouth off to you, where you be like one. It's you want at some you be wanting at some such given moment time be wanting to tell them, in the form of a question. So, if you have to listen to, I mean, and it seems like, you know, you're waiting for agonizing eternity for the light to change. So, so a motherfucker, MF like that, of a shithead piece of shit. I mean, so that it seems like you waiting for an eternity for the light change, so that MF and SOB bastard like that could finally drive his ass on elsewhere than have to listen to all his damn nigga rap music or wetback rap music or whatever. You be wanting to ask one in the form of a question as you're a pedestrian on the sidewalk, ready, waiting, ready, waiting, willing, waiting for the light to change for either or, for pedestrian or driver. So you don't have to listen to that FBS. You be wanting to tell one though the driver playing that kind of music. Excuse me, sir. I don't mean to be rude, but do you think you could turn your music down in your ride? I mean, it's kind of loud and it's disturbing the peace and kind of giving me a headache. Like a neighbor from damn hell that I've been complaining about for long. And here it is, the management give me walking papers that he should have received. Might will be an eviction notice because it's similar to one. I mean, I still will have to vacate the premises. As a result of development, so I haven't received that non-renewal of apartment rental agreement lease document in the printed word format of a letter of correspondence, uh, that being which is to be considered, as it has been gone about presented on to me. Yeah. So if any of you slumlords want to play games, don't attempt to make contact with me, all right? Because I like to tell you just where you can get off, in one regard or another. I don't want to flip bird again. That flip, what I say, that I want to, yeah, flip the bird or give the finger. I think get the general idea of what I'm saying. I mean, because that is whack. It ain't cool. You need to take a hike with it. I mean, because it's a matter of life and death for any person that's an apartment searcher that's searching for another place of residence, an available apartment vacancy to keep from, feeling like out of the frying pan into the fire or into the doghouse. From the doghouse to the outhouse, you know what I'm saying? From having one's own place of residence apartment to having to seek shelter at a rescue mission, but then hoping that you will find another place of residence of available apartment vacancy before it would have come to that. You know what I'm saying? So you slumlords, quit wasting my time. Need somebody to bitch slap your asses. That's what you need. If not, get some of this that what you call storefront, mini market, or supermarket action coming from a mad shooter on a shooting spree. You know, don't attempt to make contact with me if you just want to play games. You know, 'cause I ain't in the mood. You know, and God help one and all if I were to think to go about the big payback number to you know to let somebody else know that I'm not your damn floor mat. You know, regardless of whatever race and whatever walk of life. You know, somebody that could have done me wrong, stepped upon my toes, rubbed me the wrong way. God don't like ugly. He's not too crazy about pretty either, you know. And there's more than quite a few other males, passengers of the mass transit. I'd be like wanting to slap the shit out of them if they get a little bit too close for comfort and remind me of a neighbor from damn hell shithead piece of shit. I've been like wanting to slap the damn taste out their mouths. Like this one passenger, most recently had pulled out a lethal weapon on me, you know, and I did the proper thing, the responsible adult thing, you know, mature minded thing by calling the police, you know, regardless of whether or not they caught that cocksucker. Pulled a lethal weapon out of me, think some damn stupid sick shit about me. I'm going through enough change. I'm like saying, man, this cocksucker ought to be glad that I don't have anything like I had in the military when he pulled that, you know. You know what I'm saying? When he pulled that F and BS, you know. Okay? Because I've been like ready to tell him, you're not supposed to take a knife to a gunfight. But I could be packing, concealed carry, peace, a gap. Like I said, don't start any static that won't be any. Man, because if I was to blow, if you know what I mean, read between the lines, fill in the blanks. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about compared to others. You know? Okay, if you were to go there and considering the thought and research some such matter, if I were to blow, you know, because you got some stone cold killers out here, stone cold closet killers, you know, regardless of whether or not the lights will be hardcore criminals. You know, there's only so much that a person can take. Somebody else's bullshit, you know, F and BS, you know. Yeah, because in times past, I had held more than enough my share of, you know, different makes or models or types of, you know, lethal weapons or firearms, you know. Man, I mean, certain males that had ever F with me, they would have been dead a long time ago if I were to go that route with them and just decided to let them know. I ain't your damn floor mat, you piece of shit, you shithead ass motherfucker. Get you some business. Go find you a damn toy to play with, faggot. Find you a plastic or rubber dildo to suck and ride. I ain't your damn floor mat. I ain't your damn toy. Man, if I would have exploded back then years ago, there would have been a whole lot of dead motherfuckers, you know, or other males of the same sex, regardless of race, be they black or white, etc. Be they green moon marching from outer space in human form, you know. Yeah, because I remember one time or another when my brothers, my flesh and blood brother, gave me a loaded lethal weapon, a firearm, then he took it back from me. He said, nah, somebody like to step upon your toes, rub you the wrong way, and then it'd be off to the races with you. You'd be like ready to go off like quick draw McGraw, Ricochet Rabbit, and then we'll hear about you in the news headline story sporting an orange jumpsuit, you know, with a ball and chain attached to that being of a pair of handcuffs to go along with that orange jumpsuit, as orange is the new black, you know. That's because I come up with a lot of street factions myself as well as my brothers, you know, or them more than me, you know. And none of the different gangs had attempted to recruit me for that game, not really on a serious note, because they knew my brothers. They knew my brothers didn't play that, And besides all that, my brothers were cool with them, different street factions of gangs, and they was likewise cool with my brothers. Whereas I didn't have to really worry about, or use a better word, I didn't have to be concerned about joining any gang because none of the gangs wanted to attempt to recruit me, you know, and thinking how it may get back to my brothers, and then, it'd be like World War III, all hell break loose. Yeah. But anyway, though, that one time my brother let me handle, a gun with some live ammo in it. Then he took it back from me. He said, "No, no, no." That was back in the day, years ago. He said, "You may run into somebody, another brother. He may piss you off, and then next thing you know, it'd be like one to the head, or one to the chest. You may even start a race war, a race ride. You may run into some white boy and piss you off, and you be like ready to blow his head off just as quick as you could blow off the head of a black, Hispanic, or Asian brother. You know, and I was quite a firecracker back then. Whenever I would get mad. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. But then remember I said you slumlords. Don't make contact with me. Get you some business, bitch ass son of a bitch, bastards. Or as more of you slumlords would be a bastards and bitches. Get you some business, motherfuckers. Don't fuck with me. You know. I mean, take that shit ain't cool. Take that shit on elsewhere. Take that FBS on elsewhere. If you ain't serious about hooking me up with a spot, get the fuck out of here. Get you some fucking business. Put remind me of a neighbor from hell, cocksucker. Cause if I had the man of means and chance to do so, I slap the damn taste out your mouth. I slap your bitch ass son of a bitch. But then I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all, by saying, regardless, you had to force myself to say it as well as if it could come naturally for me if I were to be inspired to say something. So as you all know, justice, I would, give you the basic intro, then I would speak upon a subject matter, maybe a couple few or four more for that matter, depending on how I feel, the type of discussion to be debated, or that I would give an argument with many different views and opinions to be associated with some and such thereof. And then I would get a closing, even if I paraphrase, not quote exactly by saying, you know, if you have not gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to do so now while blood still running warm in your veins by recognizing and realizing what he himself had done and did upon the cross Calvary on the hill of gold. Something that has some type of Roman soldier upon the orders of their superiors. There's a risk, political, religion, or otherwise, from centurions to Caesars to Pharisees and Sadducees, but then nevertheless he went to that cross Calvary to become the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well as for me. Don't steal my trademark. I have to copyright this sometime. So that if anybody being on whatsoever raising, whatever walks of life, fashion, society, lifestyle preferences, being an old, young, like both two sexes, male, female, represent not only human species, the global community within this post 911 era, but numerous apocalyptic day and age of these biblically prophetic time where the profess some of such faith in, and from there you don't have to worry about ending up in that lake of fire, dead hell, but you could go to heaven. You all take care. Peace.